Justice complete.
Okay. I'm not feeling that one.
Peko, what are you doing?
In the name of sparkling, shining justice, I have come to deliver justice.
She is a serial killer who exclusively targets other criminals. She is supposed to be... But... Huh?
Then, the reason you killed Mahiru was...
To protect justice, of course.
Let's go over this incident one more time and then...
Alright, the comic. Closing argument start. Here we go.
Mahiru most likely played Twilight Syndrome murder case, the video game provided to us as the motive. Hiyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation, and they promised to have a more detailed conversation about it later. The killer eavesdropped on their conversation, and used their promise to devise a specific murder plan. They sent fake letters to both Mahiru and Hiyoko. The letter Mahiru received told her to come to the beach house at 2:30 p.m. And the letter Hiyoko received told her to come to the beach house at exactly 2 p.m. Hiyoko totally trusted that letter, showed up at the beach house at 2 p.m., just like it said. After putting Hiyoko to sleep, the killer immediately hid her inside the closet so they could frame her as the killer later. At 2:30 p.m., Mahiru arrived at the beach house, approaching her from behind. The killer struck the defenseless Mahiru with a specific weapon, the metal bat that was left at the scene of the crime.
Instantly dead.
The bat was brought down onto the back of Mahiru's head, and with that, she took her last breath. They dragged Mahiru's body so that it blocked the door leading to the road. By moving Mahiru's body, the killer got blood splatter on them. Plus, the shower room had no water because it was out of order. In place of showering, they washed the blood off their body with water bottles instead. However, they had no choice but to dispose of the empty bottles in the beach house's trash can.
Littering is against the rule.
Littering is against the rules, and it would have taken too much time to throw them away somewhere else. After the killer washed off the blood, they hid in a specific spot inside the closet Hiyoko was in. The killer hid inside the surfboard case that they had already emptied beforehand. After some time had passed, the sleeping drug used on Hiyoko wore off, and she woke up. From the shock and panic of being considered a murder suspect, Hiyoko fled from the beach house,
leaving footprints.
Because of that, she left footprints in the sand. Everything was a trap set by the killer to frame her. The killer finally came out of the surfboard case and placed a gummy that they brought with them to shift our suspicion toward Hiyoko.
But why?
Ironically, placing that gummy is what helped clear our suspicion toward Hiyoko. The killer began preparing to escape from the beach house. However, that window is rather high up and can't be reached easily, which is why the killer used the bamboo sword they always carry with them. The killer took the bamboo sword out of its bag, tied the bag to the sword's handle, and used the sword as a step stool to reach the small window while holding the sword bag in their hand. All they had to do was pull the bag to retrieve the sword. And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if nothing had happened. But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. So when the killer met up with us, they said they had been swimming for a while as an excuse. So how about it? This is the truth behind the incident you caused. Isn't that right, Pekoyama?
Sparkling justice.
And what of it?
Huh? What do you mean, whatever? We solved. Huh?
I can't stand her anymore! Let's vote already and execute her! However, before we do that...
Onokuma, the vote! Hurry up and let us vote already!
Oh, who done it? Who done it? Oh, last trial end.
Pardon me, can we please have a little more time?
Huh?
Something about this is definitely strange.
You're wondering if Petko is really sparkling justice, am I right?
Oh?
There's a distinct difference between what we know about sparkling justice and Petko, right? Sonia describes sparkling justice like this.
Justice complete! The center of justice that is pierced by justice! The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky!
That's right. According to what Sonia said...
Translated into their native language.
The article was written in their native language, so I tried to translate it. Yes, the magazine I read was written in Spanish.
Oh.
Which means the journalist and Sparkling Justice are both...
From Spain?
Petko, you're not sparkling justice. There's no way that's possible.
It appears that the time has come for this mask to come off. My duty as a tool has already been completed in full. I have no purpose, I am just a mere tool.
She called herself a tool, which means someone else used her then? Like an accomplice, for example.
No, that's not it. That means I'm just a simple tool to be used by that person.
That person would have the strongest motive out of anybody else here, right?
Dude, Hiko.
You're the only one! You knew all along, Fuyuhiko, didn't you? You knew whether or not the first victim in the game was actually your little sister.
The true killer, who used me as their weapon to kill Mahiru Koizumi, was Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu.
Oh, shoot.
In that case, the person who gets to live is...
Just... me?
Now, let's take a quick recess. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Excuse me?